Alright guys, we're back. Like and subscribe. I wanted to do a quick how to trade the evolution system video. Uh, Going through here real quick. I was just kind of going through highlighting um, through the instructions, Greg's instructions here on how to actually trade this. Then I'm going to kind of give you my 2 cents on how to trade it. First off, you guys need to learn how to set this up, so go visit the other video that tells you exactly how to set it up step by step. Make sure you go through the video slowly, but here we'll go through the actual trading system itself. According to what Greg is the builder of this. It took him like 5 years to put this together. I don't know why he doesn't promote it anymore. I think it's a great trading system, and in here he talks about it being the holy grail too. So I think it's pretty sweet. It's really for swing traders. If you're a day trader like myself, you don't really utilize it as much. However, I do use swing trading when the market environment requires it. So anyways, so keep this in mind. So I'm just going to kind of read through this here real quick. Keep in mind that the daily price action of an asset, you want to ignore it for the most part with this system. It doesn't really matter. The only thing about this system is it's going to give you an idea of when to get in during the day and then how long to hold it. Think in terms of days to weeks. So like he says here, most important times to focus on daily price action when you're choosing to enter or exit a position between specific parameters we will cover later. So if you have the system set up, you will start to see this. You'll start seeing patterns forming here as we go through this. So yeah, we had the whole moving average. We had the Shimoku cloud, which he just uses some of the indicators from that. We add pivot points, which are extremely important. So we're looking for the green and red arrows. Green arrows for up, red arrows for down. So as you can see, this is a 6-month daily chart. So we saw a red arrow here, followed by some downward action. Green arrow here, followed by a lot of good things happening. Same thing, and so on and so forth. So we're looking for that green arrow. This is a heads up as a change in price action is coming soon. So always keep an eye out for those arrows, and that'll be your first tip. So we add the WMA, the weighted moving average. Keep on going. And get the simple moving average set up here. The exponential moving average is set up. So basically here, so when price action falls below the EMA, and after a pivot point is established, remember the pivot point was our heads up, then we see price action fall below the EMA, you enter a position. In this example, you can see we had the red arrow, and then we had this red line, which is the EMA. You see price fall below it. You saw a daily close below that red line. That's when you get in, and you can follow it all the way until you see a green arrow again. You can just see it's just a heads up. Change of direction was coming. You see is wait for a price action to move above or below, and then you go long or short, depending on what your bias is. Then we go ahead and add the oscillators in, the ultimate standard deviation, Chan momentum. These will help clarify the price action. The ultimate oscillator, UO, is a leading indicator. So this is going to give you kind of an RSI type effect here, where you're looking for divergence, bearish or bullish. So in this example, he's basically saying, look, the ultimate oscillator here is flat. We have the same signal here, but because we have this on the chart, it's telling us not to get in, or it's telling us to get out. Because if you would have got in here, now you're saying, okay, well, this is looking pretty like a bad bearish signal here, like a failed signal. So go ahead and either exit your trades or don't trade this particular point in time, because then you could have a better signal here. So because this is flat and it's not moving, it's really kind of a bullish divergence here, because this popped up right here as this was crossing below the EMA. So this closed below the EMA after a red down signal, but this moved upwards. So you would not want to enter a position here. And you could, and it says here, you consider getting out of the position. Moving back on down here, so what he is saying here with all these indicators set up, this is the part where you have the standard deviation put in. So we've got all the price action indicators here, we've got the ultimate oscillator here, we've got standard deviation in there. We have one more we're going to add, is the Chan momentum, but you can start seeing where things are lining up here, and he highlights that here. So you've got, red arrow here, you've got the standard deviation here popping up. once you see this ultimate oscillator turn down and you're seeing price action below this red EMA, that's when you'd want to enter position. And then go ahead and hold the position until you see your next spike here. I mean, basically, you don't see another standard deviation spike until the next pivot point. So, because this standard deviation is based off the pivot point, so it's not going to spike until there's a pivot. So then we add the chain momentum. Now that that's in there, this basically is going to, it's one of his favorites. He uses this with the quant too. He basically puts this on like a 1 day, 2 day period. And that way you get an idea of that day's momentum. You can see here that the momentum is sort of correlated with the change in direction. So these are really good trend reversal opportunities. Basically, if you've been looking to get into the market here, I'm going to show you where I think you could get in long or where you could potentially get in short here shortly. So we're looking at a signal that sort of, to me, is starting to look a lot like this area here. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. So let's go to the chart. Here's where we are today. I'm looking at, so here's recently, we had this huge run up here. We had a slight pullback, another green arrow, another above the EMA. You didn't really have much confirmation in the ultimate oscillator, but you did have a little bit of confirmation here with the standard deviation, and then you had some confirmation here with the chain momentum oscillator. So you could have been in long here for a while, but we just got another bearish signal here. Now we've got some really weak candles here at the top. It's really holding above this EMA. But if you look back here to this top here, you see where it topped out here on the ultimate oscillator, sort of like an RSI. It's going to give you oversold, overbought signals. So we got overbought signal here. We've got a spike down in the momentum. We've got a spike up in standard deviation, and we had a move lower. Then we had another buying opportunity right here. Could have got in. You probably would have want to wait till you're right here till you see a close above that and ride that to the top. But now we're getting another signal. Now these signals don't just come along, you know, all the time. You see there's only been 3 on this chart. Last 6 months there's only been 3 down signals, each one leading to a sell-off. And now we're right back here to the top. Now can the Fed prop this up and totally throw everybody out? You know, there could be an incredible short squeeze here. I don't know, but this is just a heads up, which is why I wanted to do the video today, because I wanted to give everyone just a quick idea. So check the 1, 2, 3 boom system. As a matter of fact, let's go look at it real quick here. Let me go see this boom system real quick. We're just going to look at his website here. There's his new video. I just want to show. Let's just look at SPY here on the daily. Look at that. If you follow the 1, 2, 3 boom, you know that basically, one, we're seeing the Helkanashi, we're seeing it get squeezed here at the top. We're seeing the stochastic RSI turning over. This crosses over and these turn red, and then this turns into a sell signal. It would take a day or two for this to turn into a sell signal, but that would be the time that, you know, I don't know how long the sell-off would be, obviously, but you know, they only come along so often. So a little bit of a heads up there. Coming back to here, same thing, you know, we're seeing it right there basically. So it's lining up with the 1, 2, 3 boom system. The evolution system is saying it as well. I've had many other indicators that are saying it too. So keep a heads up in the next couple days, Thursday and Friday. I mean, if it was going to happen, it probably would happen Thursday or Friday. I don't know about you guys, but if you ever look at stockcharts.com, you can see all these black candles aren't a good sign, for one. You see RSI is extremely overbought, higher than even the previous couple sell-offs. And this volume, obviously this is holiday volume, but we only had 12 million shares traded today. So this right here, it's either going to be a huge short squeeze or we're going to see Thursday and Friday probably selling off here. You see some downward movement on the histogram. If you were going to sell short, this would probably be the time to do it. But Anyways, thanks a lot. If you have any questions or anything, like and subscribe. Bye.